and welcome viewers. Today we are going to discuss the instruction set of the 8085 microprocessor. An instruction is a binary configuration considered inside a microprocessor to perform an exact function known as the instruction set, which determines what function microprocessor can perform. The 8085 microprocessor includes instruction set of its predecessor, the 8080A, plus two additional instructions. The instructions of the 8085 microprocessor can be classified into five functional categories: data transfer operations, arithmetic operations, logical operations, branching operations, and machine control operations. Let us discuss these instructions one by one. Data transfer operations. This group of instructions copies data from a location known as a source to another location called a destination without changing the contents of the source. In technical manuals, this term data transfer is used for this copying function, but the term transfer is confusing because it creates an impression that the content of a source is destroyed when, in fact, the contents are retained without any modifications. There are various types of data transfer instructions are listed below. Types. In type between registers, a suitable example is copy the content of register B into register D. In the type between a register and a memory location, the corresponding example is from the memory location 2000H to register B. In type between the accumulator and an input-output device, the corresponding example is from an input keyboard to the accumulator. In the type specific data byte to a register or a memory location, the corresponding example is load register B with the data byte 32H. Arithmetic operations. As its name indicated, that these instructions include arithmetic operations such as addition, subtraction, increment, and decrement. Addition. Any 8-bit number or the content of a memory location or the content of a register can be added to the contents of the accumulator and the sum is stored in the accumulator. But no two other 8-bit registers can be added directly. But the instruction DAD is an exception. It adds 16-bit data directly in the register pairs. Subtraction. Any 8-bit number or the content of the memory location or the content of a register can be subtracted from the content of the accumulator and the results stored in the accumulator. The 8-bit content of a memory location or a register and the 16-bit contents of a register pair can be incremented or decremented by 1. They can be performed in any one of the registers or any location of memory. Logical operations. These instructions perform various logical operations with the content of the accumulator. AND or XOR. Any 8-bit of the contents of a memory location or a register can be logically ORed, ANDed, exclusive ORed with the content of the accumulator and the results are stored in the accumulator. Rotate. Each bit in the accumulator can be shifted either left or right to the next position. Compare. Any 8-bit or contents of a memory location or a register can be compared for equality, less than or greater than with the contents of the accumulator. Complement. The contents of the accumulator can be complemented. All ones are replaced by 0 and all zeros are replaced by 1. Branching operation. This instructions changes the sequence of program execution either unconditionally or conditionally. Jump. Conditional jumps are the significant part of the decision-making process in programming. These instructions test for a certain condition. Call, return, and restart. These instructions alter the sequence of a program either by calling a subroutine or returning from a subroutine. Similarly, conditional call and return instructions can test conditions flags. Machine control operations. These instructions control the machine functions which are halt, interrupt, or do nothing. In today's lecture, we have learned the basic concept of instruction, various types of instructions available in the 8085 microprocessor, the function of all the instructions. With that, we are at the end of this lecture. In the next lecture, we will meet again. Till then, practice the relations repeatedly. Thank you and goodbye.